To forecast staff schedules and staffing needs, you'll need both the family data and the employee data modules, and you'll need accurate schedules for both children and employees. We'll look at a child schedule right here, double click it, and we'll see we have this child scheduled in the preschool room from 8:30 to 11:30 in the morning, and then they transfer to the Bluebirds room in the afternoon, 11:30 to 4:30, every day of the week. On the other side, in the employee data, we'll take a look at this employee's schedule. And we'll see that by double-clicking here, we have this employee scheduled in the preschool room in the morning as well. And then there's a little bit of a break here between 11:30 and 12, and then they're scheduled into the Bluebirds room from 12 to 5. And we'll see that break in the reports when we run our schedule analysis reports. And those are located here under Reports and Standard Reports. There are 3 different categories of reports you may need. Under Family Data, you would want the classroom schedule reports, and this will give you not only a schedule analysis report, any of these 3 reports, but it also can give you a schedule summary for children, either the daily or the weekly. Let's run the weekly one here first. We're going to run for the preschool room and for the Bluebirds rooms. Those are the 2 I'd like to use in this example. And go ahead and set our date range for next week. You could set this date range as far into the future as you would like, but we'll just go ahead and choose next week, run it, and here we'll see a list of all of the kids by room and their in and out times for each day of the week. You would print this out and have it in hand with you. Under the employee side, you can print individual employee schedules either by work area, or you can look at the summary graph here. Let's take the summary graph 12-hour. We'll use next week as our date range as well, and run the report here. This will give us a summarized view by room of who is scheduled in that room and the times of day they are scheduled. I have 2 staff scheduled in the preschool room from 8:30 to 11:30, and I have only 1 person scheduled in the Bluebirds room from noon until 5. And we'll see that when we run our schedule analysis. And the schedule analysis is up here under the Family Data section of reports. You have the schedule analysis report or the analysis bar graph, 12 or 24 hour. We'll run the classroom schedule analysis report for next week, and we'll select our preschool room and our Bluebirds room, run the report. This report shows you your ratio for the classroom. For example, preschool has a 6-to-1 ratio, so does Bluebirds. It means I can have 6 students to 1 staff person. The maximum allowed in that room at any one time is 14 or 18, and then the maximum I have scheduled for preschool is 5, and for Bluebirds there's 8 children scheduled. And this is the first time in and last time out for each room of any child in that room. Under the staffing section, we'll see that in the preschool room I'm overstaffed by 100%, and I'm understaffed by 42.9% in the Bluebird room. And the first in for the preschool is 8:30, and out last is 11:30. First in is noon for staff, and last out is 5. And so we see we're understaffed here consistently during the week for the Bluebirds room. Once again, the room is shown under each day there. That is the classroom schedule analysis. This is the 12-hour bar graph. So let's go ahead and run that one as well. And this is the one that I think is the most aggregated information on one report. You can see by room, preschool first, and then Bluebirds, the staffing and the child allocation. So as we look at this, the preschool room starts in occupancy. We've got the number of children going along the left side here, up to 5 right here. And since our ratio is 6-to-1, because we have 2 teachers scheduled in this classroom in the morning, we're overstaffed all the way through that classroom in the morning. And that is indicated here by the bar graph in the upper part where it says overstaffed. You'll see it in this upper line. Down below for the bluebirds, you'll see that we're understaffed in the morning from 7:30 to 8:30. There is no one scheduled in the bluebirds room for the remainder of the morning until 11:30, and then between 11:30 and 12, once again we're understaffed. We have a child scheduled in there, but we have no teacher scheduled in there. And then up until 2:30, we have a teacher scheduled, and then we have more children scheduled in that classroom than our ratio allows. And so that's why we're showing understaffed here between 2:30 and 4:30. And then at 5 o'clock we go back to staffed correctly. That's indicated by nothing over or under. And then between 5 and 5:30 we have a child scheduled, and again no staff scheduled, and I can tell that because we're understaffed here. So using those three reports together, you'll want to print them out to be able to examine which people are scheduled in which rooms when. You can then analyze your staffing needs and switch your staff around using schedule analysis reports in ProCare.